welcome to Sunday Today at the Races. Keith, delivered with Spencerian.
Yes.
Off the layoff for Hugh McMahon with Victor Carrasco, $26.20 there for your value play in race number 6.
One of the few times that the horse went up in odds for me in like the last 30 seconds. I think popped from like 6 or 7 to 1 up to 14 and 1 or whatever.
14 to 1.
12, or whatever it was. Well, it was good.
It reads as 12 to 1,
yeah,
but I'm pretty sure it was 14 to 1.
It might have been 12. It doesn't matter.
It
It paid well. $26
There
or
we go.
$28 or whatever it paid. But yeah, we were able to
then it
kind of,
would be, yeah.
and I used them as
12.
a single from like a little betting perspective down the in the late pick 4. So, oh man, Willard and I, it was so funny. We were talking about it early in the day. We got any shots? He said Spencerian, and I said, yeah, that's my horse too. So luckily, that usually doesn't happen. But
He hit the pick 4, right, too?
seeking out value, it was tough on yesterday's card, in my opinion. I didn't hit it on my. I played an early pick 4, did not have that ticket, but yeah, we were able to catch the late one. But no, all in all, and today, unfortunately, off the turf. There you have, and we've got main track is fast. Turf course does look. I mean, it's grown back in beautifully. I mean, it needed that. It's got it, and I think we should be really raring to go next week on that turf course.
Especially with the stakes coming up on Sunday. So we're gearing up for a really nice weekend next weekend. Let's dive into this card that we have going on here with the start of our early pick 5 in this first race. This is going to be a claiming 12-5 for the 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2, going 5.5 on the dirt. Scratch in the 4, precipitatious boy. Keith, you go with the number 2 on top. Box and Ben, Daniel McKenzie, Christian Maldonado. Let's take a look back at that last effort, all the way back in the 21st of July on the dirt, going 3/4 of a mile.
Tough one, my boy. You're looking at this race, a 2 in life, and he's run some races that were kind of winning races to a point. Unfortunately, he's run into some key horses. This particular afternoon, he runs into Summer State of Mind. Came back to win for Phil Cap. Got that 3 in life condition done with a 69 buyer. You look a few races down on the page. Sugar Steve, a horse we'll see later today, who's really moved up. This particular afternoon, a little bit of a slower start cost him. Perspicacious boy, scratch out of this one today. He makes a menacing move, gives really hard chase to the wire, ends up holding second, a length and a quarter clear of Get Like Mike, who we'll see in here today. Will he get this set up from off the pace? But Boxing Ben, a little bit better break. Yaqui Valley, I think, gets back to the preferred surface. The 3-horse hasn't really shown the speed on the turf. It does have it on the go back. We've got another Archie bred. We had an Archie bred with Joan the other day that ran second. But Yaqui Valley, if Boxing Ben is just, again, a little step slow, I can see the X-Man kind of rolling and sending and trying to steal this one on the front end, and talk about the X-Man yesterday. Couple of wins. Everything kind of ran in 2s. He went back-to-back races 2 and 3. Brooklyn Guy got off at a nice number, 14 to 1. J-Rod with 2. Troy Singh captured the late double. And Victor had 2. And going back with Spencerian. So yeah, but first race, Boxing Ben, Yaqui Valley. Get Like Mike. Will he get the setup? He's going to be closing in. Will it be a little bit too late? We'll
there we
find
go.
out.
2, 3, 5, 6, race number 1, Keith View. So, Keith, you have that early pick 4 starting in race number 2.
Yeah.
Let's see how you play it. Let's see what we have going on here.
Yeah, unfortunately, race 2 off the turf to the main track at 5.5. Take out the 1, 3, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. My bad. We're going to take them all. Love to eat. The 5-horse for Ness will be probably 2 to 5, maybe a little shorter even. Not so fast. If she gets a little pressure, she's vulnerable. Race 3, 1A, Sheriff Ronnie. 2, Unstable Prince. 5, Monday Morning QB for Kieran. Race 4, 4 and 5, 5 Dreams coming right back at you. Johnny Zeef on Albany, second off a break, turf to dirt. Mike Warg will be standing away and wrap it up 2 deep there in the 5th with the plain 1. Meet Me at Mondays, another Nest runner, very capable. And the 5, Sugar Steve at a 4 to 1 morning line, $18. That still might even be a little bit too much to invest. I just don't have a single. I know we've got some shorter fields, but maybe we can get a couple 3 to 1s, 4 to 1s. 18, if we can turn it into 60 or 80, I'm fine with that.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and dive into this first leg of that early pick 4 in an off the turf event and claiming 20,000 for the 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3, going 5.5 on the dirt now. Scratches in the 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Leaves a 3-horse field.
Yeah.
Keith, you and I go with the number 6 Harmonizing on top. Hugh McMahon, Gina Vello, looking for win number 3 in a row.
Yeah, real good effort last time. And talk about a horse that got away at a big number. I was not expecting that when I looked up. We used this horse in the exact. I think I killed Balenton that day, the Mike Moore horse, and I'm like 17-1 on Harmonizing. Why didn't we bet anything flat? But yeah, in very good form. Now, just to her inside, Love to Eat with some serious speed. I think might be taking on a little bit less than what she faced up at Parks, but can we just keep her in our sights? And Bullock's no slouch either here for Mary. This one's run very well the last 3 or 4 tries.
Super game.
Doesn't matter what surface will be thrusted in the race as well. It's a scramble. If we can keep the heat on Love to Eat, we've got a shot to eke by late at definitely a much better price in race number 2.
Keith Houston, I go 6-5-4 there in race number 2. Race number 3 is back on the dirt as intended in a starter optional 20,000, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the coupled entry, Legal Deal. The other, and in that other entry, the 7 Candy Tycoon. Keith, you and I both land on the number 2 Unstable Prince for David Jacobson. Oh, excuse me, I'm so used to the Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race number 4. Starts in race number 3 here, too deep to open things up. Single in race number 4 on the number 4. 5 Dreams. We'll talk about that horse, of course, in just a few moments. Wide in race number 5 because in this kind of card, I feel like I can. If you want to go any wider, race number 6, I feel like that's going to be a fun race to talk about, Keith. I go 3 deep. I could have gone 4. I actually could have gone 5, but we don't need a heavy ticket like that on a day like today. 2 deep to wrap up the day, a $19.20 ticket, and it does begin, as I mentioned, on this third race. Back on the dirt, starter optional, 3 and up. 7 furlongs, scratching the 7 and then scratching the coupled entry in the 1, Legal Deal. You and I go with the 2, Unstable Prince, David Jacobson. Angel Cruz looking for coming back to a win off of that Saratoga win back here in Maryland.
Yeah, I don't have a really good feel about this race, and I'm kind of a little bit mad at myself. I ended up on a 2-1 morning line, but yeah, video spotlight. Unstable Prince here for Jacobson up at Saratoga. Stumbled at the break and kind of sandwiched right there. Kind of bounced outward, and watch this. A convergence from both sides. It jostled pretty good. I'll tell you what. This 5-year-old son of Cairo Prince, he was able to recover, and he did it in a kind of a way. He's inside, under a ride, leaving the 3/8 pole, and is able to sustain. And what I like here, you've got a clear leader up front. Street Swag. This is one of my keys. I love horses that don't have the help up front. They can make that run from the back. They do it on their own. And Unstable Prince, certainly the best race of his career. We'll see if it's really going to continue today in Maryland. Jacobson, he's had the success coming down to Pimlico and Laurel throughout the year. But look at that run. Switches over to the correct lead late. Goes away. That third, he's going to go into open company now. That was a 3 in life.
Yeah.
But that third place finisher had run pretty well prior in some 2 other thans down at Churchill Downs. So I'm going to take maybe the now horse Unstable Prince shipping in here for Jacobson. I think with a better break, he'll be able to lay a little bit closer. Not a lot of true speed in here, Callie, when you break it down. You might. Sumo's shown speed in the past. You might. But I think Sheriff Ronnie, off of the second off the break here, coming in from Parks, will be thrusting the race. Has experience over this racetrack. Will try to stay the trip along with Icing. Icing's got a lot more speed than what happened down at where was it? Charlestown. Yeah, broke 8th in a 9-horse field. All done. No chance there at 6.5. You'll see Robles get this one out and running early.
Of course, 2A. 1A, 5, 6 there. Anything to add about Monday morning QB?
Sure. Yeah.
Kieran McGee, Torrealba first in the barn.
Yeah, always been a fan of this 7-year-old. 5 wins. It's been a little while. You got to go back to November, but Kieran has a knack with some of these older vets. They kind of give them a little bit of a break. They come back and they can fire a shot off the break. Yeah. I expect this guy to be a little bit sharper early. He reaches. You go get Torrealba, a rider that's riding very well now. Don't be surprised if he's not perched and ready to go mid-turn.
to 1A56 there. Keith Fusel, race number 3. Race number 4 is an off-the-turf allowance optional 55, going 5.5 now on the dirt.
Yeah.
Scratches in the 1, which is a coupled entry, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Leaves us with a 3-horse field. You and I both go with the number 4, 5 Dreams. Jose Magana, Tori Alba just missed out on the DeFrancis last time out.
What a race.
Yeah.
What a race. So we've got video, I believe, of this one. Jose Magana, man, he is going great guns. And looking about bringing horses back off of a little bit of a break between 8 and 30 days. I got this stat the last 6 months. He's 28% with an ROI of close to $5. But 5 Dreams, how game was he? He got the early lead, then he kind of raided back off of Dean Delivers in the DeFrancis, and it looked like Dean Delivers was gone upper stretch. Not so fast.
Right.
5 Dreams kept grinding back into that march in the last eighth of a mile. Yeah, I think Johnny Z from Albany, his best chance is to go ahead and go. But 5 Dreams can prompt and go on it. Durante, yeah, coming out of the grade 3 run happy, freshened a little bit. Needs to show that ability to sit and rate. I don't think he's quite as fast as those 2 horses to his outside, so we'll see if he can bring a finish from midterm.
Especially with a short field, that's going to be really prior in a race like today here. Race number 4, 4, 5, 1A here for Keith Fusel. And we'll be right back after this commercial break to discuss the rest of Sunday's card. Welcome back, and we are going to get going into race number 5 in this on the dirt, as intended. Starter optional 30,000, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Starts the late pick 4 as well. Scratch in the coupled entry 1A Supreme Law. Keith, you go with the inside horse. Meet Me at Mondays. Jamie Ness, Jamie Rodriguez got a win yesterday.
Yeah, we see this movie a lot. Enter 2, scratch 1. J-Rod stays and they win. Same thing. Second off the claim. Over the last couple years in this 20 to 40 range sprinting on the main track, 35% positive ROI. I like the 3-back race for this guy. Meet Me at Mondays. It was a really, really good effort behind Far More Power. Was in front of Barron, Mo Visitor in there. Look for this horse to improve. Another race where you're looking from speed. I think it's come from the outside horses. Kadri back in the woods hasn't shown that speed he's shown in the past, but I think you've got Corrales with 2 in here. That one will go ahead and try to help things out up front and look for Sugar Steve to make the run. Real good effort last time. Just got behind a sharp horse in No Easy Days who was in the right condition. Been proven in the 2 other than condition.
Touch on Cajun Dream that you have underneath at 8 to 1 here. In the number 4, Carlos Mencia. Fergal Lynch gets the call.
Yeah, I had 47 to 1 last time. You're not going to get that kind of price. I think you'll get double digits on Cajun Dream. But, yeah, I thought with the early adversity, the leader kind of got out there. That was a race in which Kieran's horse, I believe, missed the break. Damon's horse, Jerry Jim, got out there clear. Looked like he was gone. He ran a big race in return. But this one did keep grinding. I like that. But is he going to get enough, of a contested pace up front? That remains the question for me here in race 5. But I think Meet Me at Mondays can lay close, go on. But then he's going to have to he's going to have to turn away, I think, a horse like Sugar Steve and maybe Kadri late.
1, 5, 7, 4 there for Keith Fusel there in race number 5. Race number 6 is our jackpot super high 5 race. In this restricted allowance, originally on the turf, but now a mile on the dirt. Scratches in the 1, 5, 7, 10, and 11. Leaves us with a substantial field here. Interesting field. Let's talk about our shared top selection. In the number 4, an MTO Society Ball, Lacey Gaudette, Jamie Rodriguez. Let's take a look at the start of that race last time out with Thais Pustina.
Yeah, good to see Lacey back in the winner's circle. And, yeah, Society Ball last time. I mean, she's run some crack races, 3 of the last 4. The start is what got her here, I believe. Down on that inside post, going a flat mile, it's tricky. We say it time and time again. Horses just don't seem to come out of there sharp. Had to move into an okay pace after that. So leaving the chute up into the 24-1, got position 3-4 out of it down the backside. We're going to get to mid-turn about the 3/8 pole. She's got a great trip now, but it's that early effort that I think just took enough starch out of her. Sits right behind a 3-pronged battle coming into the stretch past the 5/16. Taps the brakes briefly. Now we get through. And to the outside is another horse I'm going to use in here. I Can Do It, hampered by an overland trip, and she kept churning. But I tell you what, the Society Ball moves up inside, gets a little short little lead, very game to the wire. Cleaner break today. Again, I think she gets the jump on I Can Do It, but I'm between the 4 and the 8 in here. 8-4, 4-8 in race 6. Shine on Moon, I think it's first time Lasix main track. Ran well with the traffic on the turf. See if this horse can improve from prior dirt efforts.
Okay, there we go. 4, 8, 9, 6 for Keith Fusel. Their keys in around the 4 and the 8. Let's go ahead to race number 7. In that allowance, optional 55 stays on the dirt as intended here. Going 7 furlongs for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the 5, scratching the 6. You and I both land on the number 3. No sense. This is in the barn of Cal Lynch. Gabriel Maldonado with the 5-pound weight off.
Yeah, Gabriel Maldonado, I was going to give you this stat early, but I got it now. 37% over the last 30 days, doing a lot of damage right up at Delaware at 342 ROI. And No Sense got a great assist with the scratch of Karen's Notion. That leaves him with a good break on the front end, maybe feeling woozy, try to stay a little bit closer. Other than that, I think No Sense can go ahead and control it. Some big efforts, has run well over this racetrack, has popped in 86, sans Lasix behind post time. I think back here today at Laurel Park, let's see if this one can get clear and nurse and get the 7/8 of a mile. But this is a pretty salty bunch. He's going to have to be on the top of his game. Brilliant Ice, Irish Exit. Irish Exit, the 4-horse here for Ness, has won 5 of his last 6. Overcame a little bit of a bobble last time. Still broke well, and a wide trip to get it done. We've got video, I believe, of that one, Brilliant Ice and Irish Exit, on July the 26th. Here we go. Thank you. And I went back again. Brilliant Ice didn't have the easiest of trips either. Leaving the chute, was kind of snatched back in between horses, then caught in between, had to tap the brakes mid-turn, alters inside, back out. This was a really gutsy effort. Like the sustainability of Irish Exit over there on that left lead. He's kind of a horse you can put him almost anywhere. But, man, Brilliant Ice, I like the fight. Annette Eubanks, we've seen this barn now the last several months on a tear, a little stat. See how my man Dan Ullman and I kind of landed on a similar stat. Dan, I'm not stealing it, but, you know, hey, we're all in this together. We're family. Last 2 years on the dirt. Annette Eubanks, 7 for 28, 25%, 14 to 28 in the money. Route to sprint.
There we go.
Look at that, ROI 221. Yeah, positional speed. Brilliant Ice will be into the race early. This is a very, very good horse race. I know even feeling woozy is kind of, jumping a conditioner. I think he's eligible for the two other than, but ran good against the grain of the racetrack last time, and has a go back number. Didn't run too far off of Irish Exit on the go back. I think he will be prompting the pace here for Hamby Smith.
3-1, 4-7 there for Keith Fusel there in race number 7. Let's wrap things up here for the weekend in our finale here in race number 8. In this claiming $20,000 for the girls 3 and up, which have never won 3. Going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Scratching the 2, scratching the 4. Keith, you and I both land on the number 3. Beautiful Carla. Carlos Mancia. Fergal Lynch takes the call here again. Yeah,
stretching out a furlong, but her speed edge might get her there today. She's been pretty gutsy the last 2 races. I like the effort. Now, Virologist got off a little slow in that July 21st race, and at first sight, I think, is going to lay a little bit closer. She's going to have to clear, I believe. I don't know if she wants to prompt, but if she gets there and she gets, say a 23 and 47 and, 4 kind of internals, she'll stretch it out. I think she'll carry on. But, again, not a whole lot splitting these horses out of that race on the 21st. It kind of fell apart very, very late. At first sight, there's Troy Singh. Again, I think this horse has a little bit more speed than what she showed last time, 22, 3, 46, and 1. She can lay up a little bit closer here at 7. And Virologist, second Lasix the key, third or fourth time off the claim. Good effort last time. She'll be closer. She's shown more positional speed in the past with a better break. Hard race to split. Hers, which I haven't touched upon, is the only 3-time winner in this field, taking advantage of that condition.
There you have it, 3-6-7-1. Last race of the day, Keith Fusel. Let's talk about your best bet really quick, and you got to just rewind a couple of races back in race number 5, a 9-5, but still, we'll find a little bit of a tricky trip, potentially tricky trip for the number 1. Meet me at Mondays for Jamie Rod and Jamie Rodriguez and Jamie Ness.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a mouthful.
That's all right. A little bit for Tech move today, up a little bit. It was interesting. Was dropped off the claim, but might be a little bit of a tail moving up slightly. 3 races back, I believe it was, finished in front of really good horses. Barron, Mo Visitor, the second off the claim at this level, 20 to 40, 35%. Has the, and that angle again, enter 2, scratch 1. They just seem to run well. Maybe not the fastest early, but this horse can lay close and grind it out the last 3/16 of a mile.
Keith, thank you so much for joining us here on the morning show this morning, always giving us some value and some prices. Of course, wanted to just highlight, I did check the weather for next week of racing. It looks like we don't have any rain, so I feel very confident about all of our turf racing for next weekend, including the stakes on Sunday. We'll be back for the morning show at 11:30 on Friday. But for now, we'll go to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches.
All right, good luck, everybody.